What's up, my tater tots? Star Psycraft here once again with another Zerg versus Zerg, because I got tons of messages in my message box and I know that everybody loves Zerg versus Zerg so much. It's a complete lie. I just lied right to your face, bitch. No, I just like this match. I remembered it, and I really wanted to cast it because I really think Zerg versus Zerg is fun. And it shows you the slight differences in macro play, in choice making, and all that kind of stuff that can determine the outcome between two Zerg players, because typically it's going to be a roach fest. That's just what is going to happen. But, you know, whoever executes it better is going to win. That's how the game works. We have PSYUZOROEE in the bottom left as the green Zerg, and Madcap in the top right as the red Zerg. The map again is Xel'Naga Caverns. Mixing it up again. Last match I had Xel'Naga Caverns as the map. This time I have Xel'Naga Caverns. Whoa, what's this? 10 pool. Switching it up a little bit. You usually see 10 pools on smaller maps. I need to burp. Oh yeah. I hear that every time you burp it's 1/16th of an orgasm. So yeah, 15 more. I'll be set. I typically like to go 10 pool. I already played Destiny, dude. In smaller maps, but this is a bigger map and I'm going 10 pool, so it might not be as effective. The idea of 10 pool isn't to win. Oh, this was in a tournament. Oh yeah, this was in one of the StarCraft Reddit tournaments. The idea of 10 pool isn't to win, it's just to do some damage and to force your opponent into building a lot of lings and hopefully kill a couple of drones. And we'll see if I can succeed in that. Right here I have making 6 Zerglings, and we can see I'm not too far behind on Harvesters, just two behind, and hopefully I'll kill a couple or stall his mining a little bit and try to even out the game, because as I've said before, if you go aggressive and don't do damage, you are going to be behind. And we can see I am behind right now by 3 Harvesters. But of course, I have 6 Lings going to his base, and these little fuckers are going to do a lot of damage. That was an uncalled for F-bomb. That just came out of nowhere. I guess I haven't reached my swear quota for the day, as I would call it. PSYUZOROEE is my brother. He has a channel now, PSYUZOREE SC2K. If you didn't see my last video, I've got it in the description. But check him out if you can't get enough StarCraft. A little bit of lag spikes. Here come my 6 Zerglings. He has seen them. I don't know if he saw them with this Overlord, but I am going to move in. Going to try to do as much damage to these drones as I can. 2 Lings popping out for him. 1 drone picking off one Zergling picking off the drones. Not the best micro from Madcap. He's actually not microing these drones at all. There we go. Stacking them up on 1 mineral. Another drone dropping. Oh, that Zergling's trapped. And the Queen is out and 2 more Lings. And I did do severe damage. Killed 2 or 3 drones right there. I'm now up by 1. I forced him to pull off mining for a little while, and you know, now he's overproducing Lings. We can see that 6 drones, and now he's only making Zerglings. Another awesome part of the 10 pool is you get your queen out a lot earlier. So assuming that your Zerglings survive a little bit, I've got 2 right now, you will be able to produce a lot of drones very fast because of that inject larva. It's now 21 to 13. A simple 10 pool strategy executed pretty well and not defended the best now results in him just making an ass ton of Zerglings. He might even try for a counterattack. Maybe he feels like he's behind, but an ass ton of Zerglings, and now it's 21 to 13. Madcap trying to make something happen with this huge amount of Lings. Look at all these. Holy cow. 17 to 2. I have made another queen for defense, and we might see what we saw last time where I stacked the front with some queens and then use and then go quick layer. So we are seeing a 3rd queen, and I think I spotted these Zerglings. Yep, with these frontal overlords. See the nice positioning of these overlords? I just need one right about here, or maybe here, because that's where people like to hatch banelings, and then I'd be set. But he's still, man, just mass Zerglings. He's probably gonna move in once his speed hits, but I've got 2 spines coming up, man. And the good thing about having these queens out early is they will have plenty of energy for transfusion. This one will have transfuse. This one will in 20 energy, and it's all going to be about this attack, it seems. He might be able to break through. That's a lot of Zerglings. Even with a couple spines and a couple queens, it's going to be a bit hectic. We will have to see. 24 to 15. Now getting my lair. Looks as if I will be teching to my spire, and Madcap is just going balls out with the Zerglings, man. Might be preparing an expansion. Has he seen that I have this? No. So he's getting an expansion and a ton of Lings. It seems kind of like a tweener move. You'd want to pick one or the other, maybe some banelings or something, but yeah, I think he knows he's not getting in there. Well, all he saw was the queens. He might just try to bulldog his way through. Bulldog. Bulldoze? Bulldog? There's the lair coming up, and there's the spire. There we go. There's the baneling nest. Sending out one of my tiny slow links. No, the fat kid's getting surrounded. You bastard. 4 spine crawlers. Holy cow. Have not spotted that expansion. 4 spines, man. I must have gotten scared by these lings. That's a ton of spines, you man. 2 spines and 2 queens with this amount of energy and some decoy lings would be plenty for this. Maybe I'm afraid of banelings. Did I see any kind of baneling nest or something? Nope, maybe that's just what I expect. See, now I've got an overload position there. He's going to have to find a sneaky little spot to morph in his banelings, otherwise I will see them and, you know, try to prepare for them any way I can. Probably just prepare for them by having my queens hotkeyed and transfusing as fast as I can. He's now trying to even the game out. He knows he can't press in. He's not using his baneling nest right now. I think he realizes it's a bit too late. He can't do damage. He just can't bust this wall of queens. So he's trying to get back into the macro game. Unfortunately, because of all these early lings, and because of him going macro instead of tech, or economy instead of tech, he doesn't have any response for mutas. And this is one situation where mutas really shine, and your opponent might not expect it. He might be expecting roaches or something like that. Tons of saturation here though. Way too many drones. But that is intentional. That's preparing for an expansion once my mutas come out. The transfer will be nice. I got a wiener in my mouth. The transfer will be nice and smooth, and I'm slowly pushing out with these spines. Need to be careful not to let this gap, not to let his zerglings run through the gap. They might actually do that. No, I am sealing the gap. He's trying to attack the spines. Not gonna happen. He's not gonna risk it. He's gonna fall back. Economy tab 38 to 30 at the moment. He's just now taking to a layer, getting a roach horn, and these mutas are not going to be a happy sight for him. 5 mutas floating in. This queen is trying to get a quick inject off before she falls. Looks like he will do so, running back his lings because they want to hop into the air, leapfrog, do something to try to attack these mutas. Just decimating all these drones. Decimating means to cut them by a 10th or by 9/10, by a 10th. So I'm doing more than decimating them. I'm decimating them 10 times. So that means all of them are dying. I don't know why he sent them that way. I don't know if he just panicked or what. Here comes some roaches, but he just lost a ton of drones. He should have sent them into his main. He's just now getting an Evo chamber. He doesn't have queens. He doesn't have hydras. Well, he's got 1 queen, so he's kind of in a rough spot. He really needs to go all in at this point. I have 42 drones, but remember, I'm not utilizing all of them because they're oversaturating my main at the moment. Producing a lot of roaches. Several of those roaches, though, going down to these mutas. Of course, they can't attack air. I'm going to back up a second. I did miss his full frontal assault. Here we go. As I'm burrowing the spines, he knows he has to make some kind of move. I have tons of energy on the queens. Will I be transfusing? 1 transfusion. 2 transfusions. 3. Oh, 4 transfusions. Mutas at the top, meanwhile, trying to burrow another spine crawler. 5 transfusions. I may be at a 6th one. Oh my god, he's actually going to kill his force. But even though he killed all my spines, all my queens, I've got tons of mutas in the air, hopefully to clean this up before he kills this queen. Oh, queen. Queen goes down, and he is continuing to rally. His forces cannot attack air. That is such a sad fact of the game. These poor drones are going to make geysers. Did cancel the hatchery, trying to stall with it as long as I can. And while he did do a lot of damage, he still has no response to my mutas in the air, and it's still 42 to 20. Losing all those drones was just so bad. I have so many minerals too. So many minerals equals throw down an extra hatchery. So there's a hatchery there, another hatchery going down right here, and he's probably frantically making spores or something. Hydra Den, man, he really needs some spores. There we go. 3 spores at his main, completely neglecting his hatchery though, or his expansion. Here come the mutas. Do they have +1? Yes, they do. Always nice to get +1 right away. And oh boy, there goes down a couple more drones. That spore crawler isn't going to be able to finish. That Hydra Den is slightly exposed. Maybe I can do a little bit of dancing around to snipe that. And I am complete control right now. You see, a good defense just led to a nice, smooth victory. It looks like I will be able to take this game. Just sealing this off to prevent any kind of shenanigans. It would have stopped banelings, it would have stopped zerglings. The spines back here would have been very effective against roaches. Here comes the transfer. Nice hefty transfer, always like to see that. And you know, it all stemmed from the 10 pool, the nice 10 pool play, which caused my opponent to kind of play out of his comfort zone, making a lot of zerglings. And it even did some damage, killed some drones, allowed for that early queen, so I could just pump a nice wave of drones and safely take the economic lead in the early game. Here come some Hydras. But you know what you do when Hydras come? You follow it up with Roaches. Mutas into Roaches. So strong. If you do choose the Muta route, don't get stuck into it. I'm probably not going to make any more Mutas all game. I've only made 13. It's not that many. You make a lot more in ZVTs, trust me. And, you know, just Roaches from here on out. Make sure to upgrade. Am I getting any Evolution Chamber? Yep, I am. I see his Hydras. He did snipe 1 or 2 of them. Nice transfusion from the Queen. Always want to use that if you have the excess energy. And down goes the Overlord. No, I'm supply capped. And at this point, you know, it's just a matter of time. I'm just playing under the mentality, you know, don't attack too early, just win more. Muta's just kind of flying around, making sure he doesn't have expansion. 1 or 2 of them getting sniped. Run, Mutas. Mutas need to be this fast in the real game. That wouldn't be OP at all. Might get that Queen. No, the Queen does not fall, but a lot of Mutas... Actually, the Queen did fall, but so did a lot of Mutas. Oh no, Mutas are dying! They need to be faster. Where are the Roaches at? From the front, the back! Don't know the rest of the words to this song. There they are. +1 on the way. Harvester's 56 to 20. It's just a matter of time before the Roach parade begins. Not a lot of Hydras. Tons of drones. Oh, he's going all in, ladies and gentlemen. The Hydras are off creep. They're not going to be able to run from the Roaches. The Mutas are overhead, just destroying them all. And a GG from Madcap. Hard played game by both players, but Madcap fell in the end. Just a bit too disoriented to take the game. But I hope you guys learned a little bit about Zerg versus Zerg now. Mutas follow up into Roaches can be effective. Forces your opponent, if nothing else, to overproduce spores, overproduce tags, something like that. And, you know, just worked out in the end. And as always, I got some Tums, bitch. What's up, my toffee hosters? Oh, so